Yeah, there's a surprise on the way. Anyway, good morning everyone. My name is Amer Al-Kayal. I'm doing a poster presentation today with a little bit twist, I think. The point is, the study today is all about the effect of cloud computing on network management. The point is, the abstract of my work when you're talking nowadays, when you talk about technology, when you talk about computing, you can't mention computing or technology nowadays without coming across cloud computing, because it's literally taking over everything. So, exactly, because because the point is not just because I did some kind of twist in there. So the point is, like I said, you can't mention technology or computing nowadays without coming across cloud computing. It was really funny to see this figure here, which literally saying that everything is going into cloud computing, even your kitchen sink. So the point is, everyone in the technology nowadays is talking about cloud computing. So our research needs to be focused on that way, on that position. So let me zoom back in. This is the problem I faced with the poster. Yeah. So for many years, networks were managed by conventional networks, I might say, was managed by several frameworks. One of the famous ones, like everyone I think we'll talk about today, is the FCAPS, the FCAPS, which is fault configuration, accounting, performance, and security. But the problem was, when we started to talk or study cloud computing, everything is virtual. So there was a problem migrating from that point to the other. So because 2 points, because it's a different environment, and because a lot of enterprises are adopting cloud computing, there was a need to find or restudy the way to manage that network. So a lot of frameworks were produced. We need to redesign the thinking. One of them was ITIL. I will talk about that in a moment. So the main aim of the work is to study what are the changes that we need to do to manage a cloud computing. Conventional management, like everyone was. The point is, from the poster, I kind of looked at it. If you want to print a poster and put it on some way when you want to present your work, it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't need to have everything on it. So it will grab attention of someone to go into their to where you're presenting your work and attend to see what you're doing. So I didn't list a lot of information in the poster. So this is a really quick explanation of the segments of FCAPS. Each of one of them, the fault, configuration, accounting, performance, and security. What are their goals? What they need to be focusing on? And how we can migrate those thoughts into cloud computing management. The figure here is, like I showed before, you start with the fault configuration and you go over the cycle to manage your network. And the sources are there. So, what happened that what was it called again? The British Office of Government Commerce, OGC, started to study how we can manage a cloud computing network or other types of networks in a more efficient way. So they came up with something called ITIL, which is a framework, and you can have some certificates, by the way, with that framework. You can go study with that institute to have some kind of certificate to continue studying that framework, to apply it on different kind of computer networks. So it was the best recognized or suitable framework to draw the outlines. It's not full yet, it's not completed, but it was the best in the field to describe or to draw the outlines for computer management. And here's figure, here's figure 3 for the ITL. It's a different kind of a cycle, it's a different kind of methodology of thinking, and a different way of aiming to manage different kind of networks. Aim and objective. This is the last part. I will focus my study on how to customize the ITIL to manage the cloud computing, which the cloud computing must focus. The management focuses on the service delivery, absolutely, because cloud computing in the first place is a service which will be provided to someone. So we need to focus on service delivery and operational performance, that's for sure. You need to have a really high performance, operational performance in your cloud, so you can have a good service. These are the segments which are listed in the ITL. We'll study which one of them and how to apply it in the cloud computing. This is the end look of the poster. You will have a copy of the poster without the animation, with the two pages. Like I said, I like to do some kind of twist in the poster, so we will have that animation going with the figures. Like I said, I thought that I will keep it interesting with not listing a lot of data in it, so I will have attention from people to attend my presentation or attend my work or to read the paper in the first place. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yeah, I do have one.
Yeah.
What do you recommend, the ITL or FCAPS?
Point is, from what I've read, that you can work with both. You can study the FCAPS and study how you want to migrate it to manage the cloud computing, and you can study the ITL. But because from what I've read, there are a lot of focusing on ITL because it's more, FCAPS was managing networks for a long time, so it's been there forever and managing the conventional networks. The ITIL was produced not so far to have some kind of outlines to study several networks. One of them is cloud computing. So I don't think one of them is better than the other, but you have to choose something to go through. So I chose to go through with ITL and see how their segments are affecting cloud computing. So the whole work, the whole study is about how the infrastructure of cloud computing, the nature, the environment, how is affecting. This is the effect. We have new frameworks, we have new views to how I'm going to manage this network. So that's why they are several. So at the end, I can't pick every framework there and study the effect. I must focus on one of them. So I focus on ITL. That's it.
Of the cloud computing, data network management in cloud computing. What is the main challenge?
The main challenge, because it's a virtual environment, you cannot apply the old methods to it. So when you're talking about, for example, the availability of the network, you can't apply the availability of a conventional network on cloud computing, because the availability of a cloud computing needs to be much higher. So the point is, the challenges are how to cope with the needs of cloud computing with the methods to manage that network. So, like I said here, I think the biggest challenge is to focus on service delivery. You need to 100% sure that your service is delivered 100%. And operational performance, you need to make sure that your performance is very high all times.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think the group presentations
Is
and
it good?
also very impactful.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
see, put a lot of the effort to make it more
Exactly.
interesting and
Yeah.
more impactful.
That's the point, I think, from the poster, what I've read, because I read a lot about what is the poster.
Attract the attendance.
Exactly. It tracked the attendance, yeah. Thank you very much.